Hello, everybody. Welcome to Coach Chloe, The Journey to Self Love. Today is episode 23, and we are kicking off this new series, Tips and Tools to Hack Your Thoughts. Today is part two, and we're going to be focusing on breaking free from self doubt, being able to crack through the ceiling of our mind so we can explore who we truly are and we can enter who we truly are. On our journey to self love, we often encounter the roadblock of self doubt. It creeps in when we're at our most vulnerable. It makes us question our worth, our abilities, and even our dreams. But self love isn't about never feeling doubt. It's about learning to rise above the doubt. It's about recognizing these moments of insecurity. And that's all it is, just moments. They don't define us. On our journey, as we practice the art of self love, we learn to quiet the inner critic and replace it with a voice that says, I am enough, just as I am. So let's hack your thoughts and break free from self doubt. Stay right there. We'll be back in a few. Welcome back. And today we're talking about breaking free from self doubt. We're going to share some tips and tools to hack your thoughts. You know, I had a conversation with my partner about self doubt, and I asked him, "So tell me, when do you think I show up with self doubt?" And we couldn't really find any spot, but we realized that there's some self doubt somewhere inside of me that I'm not being able to access. But as we talked, he made me reflect, and he also said this, that I always have a positive spin on everything. Even when I start to doubt, I always look at what's the lesson here, what's going on here, and I always spin it around. So I've learned how to hack my thoughts. Now, I don't always get it right, but using optimism to hack my thoughts, using those moments of self-doubt to think about what's the opportunity here for me to grow? What am I learning about myself? So where does self-doubt come from and why it's got to go? Let's be honest. Self-doubt is the sneaky little thing that shows up uninvited. It whispers in our ear that we're not ready, we're not capable, we're not enough. But here's the thing, self doubt doesn't just pop out of nowhere. It's usually something we've picked up along the way, whether from past experiences, the way we were raised, or the expectation of others. Maybe it started with a critical comment from a teacher when you were in school, or maybe your parent, or maybe your spouse, or even a friend. It makes us doubt ourselves. Maybe it came from comparing yourself to others who seem to have it all together while you feel like you're just barely keeping it together. Wherever it came from, it's been hanging around for far too long, taking up space in your mind, in our minds, and holding us back from living the life that we really want. But self doubt isn't just annoying, it's toxic. It keeps us stuck in the cycle of hesitation, in the cycle of fear, of second guessing ourselves. It stops us from going after opportunities, from speaking up, from showing up as your true self. That's why it's got to go. And it starts with understanding, where did this come from and why is it, why it's no longer serving us. So I don't want us to dig deep into the roots of self-doubt. I don't want us to dwell on the past, but I want us to reclaim our power. One of the places that like I said earlier on, I was talking to my partner about self doubt. One of the places that I feel that does show up for me is when I have to speak up. Not speak up, in a professional situation, because professionally and at work, I have the abilities to speak up. I have the courage to speak up. But it's in those personal relationships. When I start getting close to people, that's when self doubt creeps in. I'm like, okay, should I say something? What if I mess up this relationship? What if they don't talk to me? Do I want to go through this here? What if I say the wrong thing? What if they hold this against me? So self doubt shows up in with a whole lot of different faces. Um, but like I said, we're here to reclaim our power. Because once you see it for what it is, a bunch of outdated limiting beliefs, you can start to let it go and make room for the confidence you deserve. You know, it shows up like, did I say the wrong thing? Could I have said something different? Did I second guess myself? Why am I second guessing myself? That always, in a lot of marriages or relationships, this happens. One partner makes the other partner doubt themselves. And you looking back, you want to think about, okay, why did I not see that? How could I have done a better job? How did I not see that? Or, how many times you may have said to yourself, you idiot, you should not have said that. Or why did you say that? Why didn't you say something? And once the moment has come and gone, to go back and have that conversation, it just doesn't have the impact. And it kind of comes across as a lack of confidence when we have self-doubt. Self-doubt means we have limiting beliefs. So what does that mean? Limiting beliefs mean beliefs that limit us. So let's talk about a few simple ways to crush these limiting beliefs. All it takes is a little awareness, a bit of courage, and a lot of determination to crush your limiting beliefs. The good news is you already got everything you need to start turning things around. First things first, let's get clear on what a limiting belief actually is. It's that little voice in your head that says, I can't, I'm not good enough, or that's just not me. It's the stories you've been telling yourself for years and years, the ones that have kept you playing small and playing safe. But here's the truth: those beliefs, they're not facts; they're just stories. And the best part is you get to rewrite these stories on your journey to self love. So, how do you start? Where do you start? You want to start by challenging those beliefs head on. The next time you catch yourself thinking, I can't do this, stop and ask, why not? Why not? Why can't I do this? What's holding me back from doing this? What's the worst thing that could happen if I did this? Or if you say to yourself, I can't say that, I don't have the courage to say that, stop and ask yourself, what would happen if I said that? What would happen if I speak up? What's the worst thing that can happen that if I speak up? Or what's the best thing that can happen if I speak up? Or what's the benefit if I speak up? What's the win win if I speak up? Seriously, what is the worst thing that could happen? And even if the worst thing does happen, could you handle it? Chances are the answer is yes. You've done it before, you've done it tons of times. You have been able to handle tough situations. Think about all the tough situations you've already handled in your life. Another powerful tool is to flip the script. So instead of saying, I'm not good enough, try saying something like, I'm learning and growing every day. Instead of, I can't, say, I'll give it my best shot. It might feel a little weird at first, but trust me, the more you practice, the more natural it will become. It's like a muscle. You go to the gym and you practice that same muscle, that muscle gets tougher. And I know this because, I'm playing the piano for many, many years. So my muscles right here are really, really tough. It's hard. Uh, why? Because it's constant repetition that causes my muscle to be hard. The same thing with this. The more we start practicing that different story or flipping that script, the better we're going to get, the more confident we're going to be, the less we will start doubting ourselves. Remember, your beliefs are just thoughts that you've practiced over and over and over again over time. And if you can practice thinking negatively, you can practice thinking positively too. It's all about repeatability, repetition, 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 repetition. The more you challenge those limiting beliefs, the weaker they'll become, and the stronger your confidence will grow. How can we build up our confidence? It's a tough thing to build up. Some are good at it and some are not. Um, So the way we build up our confidence is by, I've talked about this on one of the our previous episodes, is on understanding what we love about ourselves. What are our unique? What's your unique abilities? What's unique about you? What are your top 3 or 5 values, or your top 3 or 5 strengths? Right? Uh, so let's spend a few moments talking about something that doesn't really get enough of your attention: your uniqueness, your unique abilities. Um, we're all so quick to downplay our strengths, brush off compliments, or compare ourselves to others who seem to have it all figured out. Um, I'm not sure about everybody listening, but I know when I receive a compliment, I'm a little uncomfortable. I'm like, oh, okay, right, right, right. That's okay. Just even for this show right here, as I was talking to a friend before we started the show, I said, I just take my picture off. I don't want to see my picture. I just don't want to see my face. It's I don't I want to brush off all these compliments or anything that spotlights me, because we are uncomfortable with them. But here's the truth: you've got talents, you've got skills and qualities that are yours. They belong to you. And it's time to start owning them. We own all the negative things about ourselves. What about owning all the positive things, all the fantastic, incredible things about yourself? Think about it. No one else has as your exact combination of experiences, of knowledge, of perspective. No one else can bring to the table what you can. That's your superpower, and it's time you start recognizing it. But before you can own your abilities, you've got to identify them. What are you good at? What comes naturally to you? What do people often praise you for? Take some time to really think about these questions, and don't hold back. Write it down, say it out loud. Whatever you need to do, let it sink in and keep saying that out loud. Make that something that's repeatable in your life. So you start building up your confidence, and self doubt starts going to the background. But you just want to, like I said, crack through that ceiling of self doubt that's holding you back. Um, and here's the thing: owning your abilities doesn't mean you're perfect at everything. It just means you're confident in what you bring to the table. It means you trust yourself to figure things out, to learn, to grow, to make an impact in your own unique way. Once you start owning your unique abilities, everything will start to change. You're going to stop comparing yourself to others, and you're going to start focusing on what you can do versus what someone else is doing. You start showing up fully, taking more risks, going after the things that really matter to you. Because when you believe in yourself, there is no limit to what you can achieve. Ask yourself, what do I love about myself? My three top values in life is spirituality, wisdom, and creativity. Spirituality is I'm connected to something bigger than me. I'm connected to God. And that is foundational for me. When I'm in that space, I believe I can do anything because I want to see myself the way God sees me, whole and complete. Because I believe God created me and He doesn't create mistakes. He doesn't create something that's contorted and deformed and broken. He creates something that's whole and complete. So I want to see myself the way God sees me. My second value is wisdom, learning from life and sharing with others through words, through thoughts, to just a way of being, just mindset shifts, emotional and mental agility, and just one of the, I'm a coach, so being able to bring my wisdom in every coaching scenario, not by providing advice, but by asking powerful questions so that others can access their best life. And my third value is creativity. That's my music. I'm in the zone. I'm uninhibited when I'm in a creative mode. As soon as someone comes to me with something, my creativity just kicks in. I disrupt what the norm. I try to be innovative and try to do things that are unique and things that are not normal. I try and break away from the status quo. Do you know when I do that, there is no self-doubt because I am walking in my power. That's when I'm accessing my greatness, doing what I love. And that's how I love being. That's what I love about me. What do you love about yourself? What is that uniqueness about you? So, as we close out today's session, understand what the roots of your self doubt are. What are you saying to yourself? What is the script that you want to flip? Challenge your limiting beliefs, the ones that hold you back. What are they? What are your limiting? Notice what you're saying to yourself and start practicing. Instead of thinking about all the negative things, turn it into a positive statement and keep practicing that. Let that be like a muscle that you're flexing. And then finally, step into your unique strengths to build up your confidence. Because when you build up confidence, you're removing self doubt. Let me say that again. When you build up confidence through your unique strengths, you're removing self doubt. For the next episode, we're going to be talking about here's what I'm going to talk about: talking to yourself like you really mean it. Talking to yourself like you really mean it. I don't know if you walk around your home talking to yourself when you're doing things. For example, if I'm packing my luggage to go on a trip, I have to talk it out loud. Okay, this goes there. I need three of that. I just when I do that, I have clarity. So whatever that is, that's what we're going to be talking about next week. I'm excited to be on this journey with you. It's a honor to walk alongside you, to share these thoughts, and to explore what it means to truly love ourselves. My hope is that you leave every session and you embrace a renewed sense of self worth, self compassion, self love. Remember, this journey, this is your journey. And only you can get to decide how it unfolds. Trust yourself. Be kind to yourself. And most importantly, love yourself every step on the journey to self love. Please go ahead and post in the chat what your journey is, or maybe a value or a strength that you have that you want to hang on to and anchor in. So let me close with saying this here: who you are becoming is greater than who you were yesterday. Take care, everybody. See you soon.